So as you can tell, it is Thursday. Unless you're listening to a different day, it doesn't fucking matter. But I don't know if you guys got the memo. Nobody listens. It's fine. But I'm now posting on Wednesday mornings. Not today, obviously. Monday wasn't ever going to happen. So Wednesday mornings around 8 is when I'm going to release these now. Now, this week was a terrible week. Terrible week. But we're doing better. A little bit. The other day I was thinking about, I was on Hinge or whatever, and I matched with this one girl, and she asked Bumble actually, what the best date I've been on. And nobody really asks, like, what's the best? It's always what's the worst, because it's more fun. And my mind automatically jumped to the worst, because I was like, what was the best first? I had to think about the best first date for a minute. But the worst first date is always, I think it'll always be her. I don't think that'll ever change hands with people, but it was October of 2021. We were going to meet up at a bar downtown where I live, and we were going to meet up, well aware I don't drink, and then we talked about that before, well aware it was fine, we're both fine with it, and was like, I'll probably like order something and try it, because I like to try something every now and then. I hate it all. The alcohol, like, there's no other reason that I don't drink, only because the taste of alcohol. Whether you're having a fucking Jack and Coke, whether you have what other alcohols out there, you can always taste it. The only thing that masks the taste of alcohol for me is water. Just pure water. Alcohol is disgusting. It just, I haven't found anything that I've liked so far with alcohol. I don't think I ever will. But you never know. But we were going to meet up at a bar just because. I understand now she has a problem. But we met up at this first bar. My birthday is April 29th. Feel free to ask for my address, send me anything you'd like for my birthday. Good things, of course. You know, not illegal, terroristic things. But with my birthday back in 2020, the Great Plague, and I live in Ohio, and they were like, oh yeah, Ohio was like, they kept pushing back the date. They're like, you can have expired tags, expired license. It's fine. It's not illegal right now until they go back in. So I went to this bar. I'm 27. Then how old was I? Probably 24, 25. Over the age of 21. I have the beard, whole thing. And he has this little fancy scanner at the door of this shitty fucking bar. But he had this scanner, and he scanned my license, and he says it's expired. Okay. And he wouldn't let me in. And I was annoyed, because why in the fuck? It doesn't matter if it's expired. You can see that I am old enough. It doesn't matter whether the license is expired or whether the license is not. You're just wanting to prove my birthday, and it's right there. You just need to know. The only thing you need to know is that I am over 21, because this bar doesn't let you in if you're under 21. So we went to other bars, and they didn't ID us once. Not even once. And I appreciate that about those businesses. They'll have my business if I ever go to a bar again. But we ended up going to two different bars. So the first one we went to, I didn't think anything of it, but there was a DJ. This is October 2020, not 2021. But there was a live DJ, and there was a handful of people there. But it was not a scene where you need a live DJ. Fucking October of 2020. Come on. But she asked them to turn it down because it was so loud. I didn't think it was abnormally loud. I didn't think much of it. Like, well, okay, whatever. But we ordered some drinks, I think some food. And I ordered I ordered a beer at first. It was disgusting. So she finished my drink and her drink. And then she ordered another one. And then I was like, maybe I'll try something else. I really like frozen drinks. So I got a frozen rosé. It's fucking terrible. So I took one sip of that and I was like, this is ass. And she's like, I'll drink that. So she's at a count of 4 and I'm at 2 sips of alcohol. It could probably legally drive at that point. Probably close to an 08. But you gotta live life dangerously. So she's at 4. I think she ended up getting another drink. I didn't try another one. So I think she's at 5. So we walked down to another bar. I was like, maybe I'll try a beer. So I ordered a beer, took a sip, now at 3 sips. Didn't like it. So she drank that on top of hers. Keeping count, we're at 7. Okay. She's had 7 drinks. She's little. There's not much room, not a lot of blood volume to put this alcohol in. She may have had one more, but we'll conservatively say she's at 7. And the best part, my favorite part of the night, one of my favorites, there's a couple favorites. First one was halfway through the date. The first date, never met her in my life, first time. Halfway through, and she's like, oh, by the way, we're not going to have sex tonight. I'm on my period. And there's a lot with that. There's a lot. We'll break it down bit by bit because there's a lot in there, a lot to unpack. So the first one, the audacity that you think that I would fuck you on the first date. I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't say no. I mean, she was not, I don't want to say she was ugly. But she wasn't a supermodel. You know, I mean, a lot of those pictures on Hinge were deceiving. She actually could have been Tinder. That would make more sense. I think she was actually Tinder. I think I can go back in my messages and double check, but I'm 98,000% positive that she was from Tinder. Not attractive. Like she's on the verge on that. But yeah, I would have fucked her. But we didn't. She's on her period. It's disgusting. And the other part is, okay, actually, let me start from the very, 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 very beginning. So her and her roommate, who had a broken leg at the time, were at a party, like the night or 2 nights before this date. And she matched with me on Tinder because she thought that we were all striking up conversation at this party. 1, I was not at the party, and 2, I don't go to parties. So it was 100% not me. It took me about 20 minutes to convince her that I'm telling you the truth, that was not me at the party. That was somebody else. They may have looked like me, but it was not me. It took me about 20 minutes in convincing her. And she's like, oh, okay. So now she's at 7 alcoholic beverages of the night. And her broken leg roommate and her roommate's mother were back at their place, and she's like, hey, come back and meet them. I'm like, okay. You know, why not? So I went up to her apartment. and her mom was cleaning, or her roommate's mom was cleaning because the place was a fucking mess. And her roommate had a broken leg. And then she thought that because she was at the party, the broken leg roommate was at the party with the girl I was on a date with. And she's like, oh, is this the guy that we were at the party with yesterday or whatever? She's like, no, he's not the same person. And it took about probably another 5-10 minutes to convince her that that was not me at the party. That was somebody else. At this point, I'm assuming is portraying me, because my life is already great enough. I need other people to cosplay as me. Flattering, maybe. I don't know. But it took a while to convince her. So now we're all three on the same page. That was not me. So she takes me into her bedroom, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I hang out in there. And I don't even think mess would begin to describe what this room was. It was just closed dish. Oh my God, it was a mess. I was like, how in the fuck are you living in this? Terrible. So I'm flabbergasted at this nightmare of a room. And then I lay in her bed, sit in her bed because there's nothing else. And she's like, hey, I want you to take a test. I was like, a fucking test? I dropped out of school for a reason, you know? So I was like, what the fuck is this test about? You know, because I can't do math to save my life. If you pointed a gun in my head and gave me 10 math problems and you gave me a 50% pass rate, I'm telling you, I am more than likely going to fail that fucking test. I'm going to get negative points. I'm that bad. Thank you, Springfield City Schools. Fucking bastards. But we got funny stories about Springfield City Schools later on, though. Stay tuned. But the test was, she hands me her phone, and or she tells me to go to this website on my phone. And like BDSMtest.com or .gov or fucking whatever. But it was a BDSM test. And I was like, well, this is fucking new. You know, but this is towards the end of the night anyway. It's the end of the date. You know. So I took the test. I forget the score. I don't know. I think I was kind of 50-50-ish. I don't know what kind of fucked up shit she was into, but she's probably out there burning people, cutting them up. Man, I had a friend, I used to work with a guy that he met this girl on Tinder or whatever, and they were fucking. I didn't even think they were dating. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And apparently they like to cut each other with knives as they're fucking. And I don't understand. I would go as far to say that I would be concerned. You know, if I was dating somebody or if I was fucking somebody and they were like, hey, you know, we've done all this other crazy shit, you know? Have you ever tried knife play? And I would be flabbergasted. Like, you know, Beatrice, how could you be into such a thing? But people are into some freaky shit. But as soon as knives come out in the bedroom, I had this ex once, I cheated on her. And I woke up 4 in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning actually, very early. I was trying to get some shut-eye. But bad, apparently hiding things on my phone. Maybe I wanted to be caught subconsciously. I don't know. But what we do know is about 2 or 3 in the morning, she found all the stuff on my phone. And she was upset, rightfully so. That's not a good thing to do. We regret it. But she threatened to chopped my dick off. And she is crazy enough to do it. So that terrified me all the time, because we had like fucking 5 months, 6 months left on our lease at that point. We had some time left on our lease. And so I was still living there. She was still living there. That was a rough time. But that's why I'm still like, I've been like blindfolded since then. And you get a blowjob. And it's scary for me at first, because my first thought is, that bitch has got a knife and cut my dick off. It doesn't matter. It does not fucking matter who it is. If I'm blindfolded and my dick is starting to be touched, after, you got some hands and you got some mouth going there, you're like, okay, I can relax, right? This is fine. But at first, when you feel them near you, feel their breath and the wind that is chasing their body, I get terrified that my dick is about to be chopped off. Honestly terrified. In those brief moments before there's any touching, before there's any mouth around that dick, I have fear. I am surprised with the amount of fear that I have, that my dick is still hard. But it is, And one way to kill a boner is chopping it off. But until that happens, let's go forward. Man, suck that dick. All right. So now on, starting next week, every Wednesdays. Yeah. Just fucking, yeah. Every Wednesdays. 8 a.m. for the audio version. And then let's say noon for 1 o'clock for the video version. So again, if you want to see what I look like, or if you'd like to stare into my eyes for the 30 or 45 minutes, how long have we been talking? I don't know. But you can stare into my eyes. I can stare into your eyes. We can all stare into each other's eyes. Could be weird. Could be fucking normal. We will never know. We'll never know. Again, 8 a.m.s for the audio, 8 p.m.s for the video. And if you really enjoy my stuff, you can actually listen to the audio version and listen and look at the video version. Or a better way to do it is just fucking mute it and then just stare into my eyes this entire time. You get more out of it that way. I promise. But yeah, see you guys next Wednesday.